Hello and welcome to another great episode of the Best Kept Secrets of Greene County, New York podcast, where we are letting the Catskills out of the bag. I'm your host, Mark Gustafson, and sadly, my co-host, Jessica DuPont, is a little under the weather today and not able to join Tom Vance and I. Tom is an entrepreneur and proprietor in Greenville, New York, and the proud proprietor of the Tasting Lab. Welcome, Tom.
Thank you very much for having me.
Oh, we're great to hear. So, tell us a little bit about the inspiration behind the Tasting Lab and what it's all about.
It started with my daughter and me wanting to in Madison.
Yep. I have a niece named Madison.
And we call her Maddie. And we just were tired of not having anything to eat in Greenville, pretty much. So we sat down, we talked. The building, I've been looking at it for years, and it finally became a viable buy for me and her. And we also had a partner, Bobby Schneider was in it with us. And we purchased the building, and me and her did all the renovations on it and turned it into the Tasting Lab.
It is an exceptional space. It really is. It's very, very, very cool on the inside, and then the menu, we'll get into that a little later, but that's just awesome stuff. But what motivated you to choose Greenville, New York, out of all places?
Well, I'm actually from South Florida, down near West Palm. I met my wife down there. She got pregnant with our first son. He was born down there. She wanted to be near her mother. Her mother lived up in East Durham. Okay. So I was tired of South Florida.
Family name?
Regan.
Oh, sure. Yeah. An Irish name in East Durham. That's you don't come across that every day.
The big Regan family was there. But I was tired of Florida. Okay. So I said, okay, I'll move. I don't care. And it's beautiful up here in Greenville.
How long has it been?
We've been here for 22 years now.
Oh, fantastic, fantastic. For those folks that have not visited the Tasting Lab yet, how would you describe the overall experience?
It's very cozy, sometimes a little too cozy. We have a couch in the back and a chair, and the food is as much locally generated product that we can do. Some of it, of course, you can't do everything locally, but it's just a very inviting, laid-back atmosphere.
Right. So you don't just taste food at the Tasting Lab.
That is for sure.
There's some certain libations. Would you care to go into that?
We have a total of 30 taps. 25 of them are beers. Yeah. The other 5 are ciders. Okay. We do as local as possible, New York as possible. All craft. We do have a few, other beers that people have requested that may not be craft beers. And then on top of that, we have probably about another 40 varieties of beers and ciders on cans. Okay. So you're upwards of 75 to 90 beers available whenever you come in.
And while you've got all these great beers to wash your food down, one of the things that was amazing to me when I first got there was your take on poutine. Yes. I have a place up in near Canada, and I had worked with a Canadian company before, and sort of fell in love with poutine. At first, I was like, "I'm not poutine, not in my mouth," but then when I tasted it, it was really, really good.
Yes, it is. And again, poutine varies to every region of Canada you go to. It's different in each one. There's actually I saw a documentary on a guy that went from West Canada all the way to East Canada and tried every different poutine there was. It was very interesting.
It's really good for your cholesterol, I would imagine.
It is. So basically, we serve it in a stainless steel dog bowl.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a large amount of fries, brown gravy, bacon, and cheese curds that are melted on top.
Yeah, fantastic. Yeah. I mean, the whole idea with the mascot for the Tasting Lab is actually a Labrador Retriever, not necessarily just a Labradour.
That was my daughter's dog, and she passed away earlier this year. Okay. But so there's no dog anymore.
No, well, that lives on immortally in the logo.
Unfortunately, dogs don't live forever.
No, they don't. Yeah. My wife and I breed and show St. Bernards and Norwich Terriers, and I tell you, we've gone through so many generations. I just was looking at my guy that seems like only yesterday when he won at Westminster, and he's going to be 10. Yeah. It's just amazing.
Yes, and the same with your children. They go fast.
So, you tell me that you try to curate your selection of both food and bev, as locally as possible.
Yes,
right.
that is correct.
So, any particular Greene County businesses that you deal with?
We get our beef comes from a farmer in Earlton.
Okay.
His name is Cornelius Irwin, or
Okay,
Butch Irwin.
yep.
He also does racing. We sponsor his race car too.
Yeah.
Some of our buns come from C&B, which is
Sure.
in Carroll.
Yeah.
We try to, as much as we can, to get our elk, venison, and bison from Highland Meats in Germantown.
Yeah. Okay. Just across the river.
Yeah. The rest of the stuff, you really can't get local.
Do you have local brews as far as?
That's really not. I don't deal with that end of it. Maddie does. All the beer ordering.
Okay.
And again, we have our beers are on a QR. Some people get mad. It's on a QR code because we run out of beers and change beers so quickly.
Right.
Doing paper, I'd be cutting down all the trees in Greenville.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
So they change so rapidly. I'm not up on everything that's actual local. I know we always do carry Helderberg Mountain Brewery, which is in Bern. We have his beer always on tap.
Yeah.
I've been trying to get Andre from La Hoff to bring one in.
Yeah.
He's a little hard to nail down sometimes.
It's kind of funny because we do have this great craft bev community here, and we've got a wonderful cidery down in Catskill, here in Catskill. It's Left Bank, but it seems like they can only produce enough for
themselves.
For themselves.
We've contacted Left Bank, and they only had they didn't sell it in sixels or kegs. They only sold in bottles, and we do use one from Gilboa. I'm trying to think of the name of them. They used to be down in Orange County, but they moved to Gilboa for a cider.
Okay.
That we keep local, and one of theirs on tap all the time.
Okay. So, how has the Greenville community responded to the tasting lab since you've opened?
Very well. It's surprising. We opened up September of 2019,
just before the
COVID hit.
Yeah.
We were.
This is a common theme in this podcast.
We were completely slam packed every night. We had full. We had 3 cooks online. The place was not reservation, but standing room only. You had to write, take names, and when tables opened up, COVID hit, and luckily the locals kept coming to get the to-goes and stuff like that, which kept us going.
That's been a big thing for a lot of eateries. It's just to-go stuff when that was able to do it, and then again when you were able to get drinks to go as well, which was
and even still now to this day they're the main part of our business. We do get a lot of influx of visitors to the area during the summer. People going to the resorts.
Sure.
And during the winter, when they're going to the mountains.
Yeah.
And leaf peeping, that's a good time
too.
too.
Yeah.
Hunters right now.
Oh, absolutely. And they'd probably love to have a taste of venison burger.
Yes, they do. They love that stuff too. And
that's it. Yeah. So, you often hear the hospitality business becomes a community gathering space. You're talking about folks that come in and they're kind of on the visitor perspective, but some of the things that go on at the tasting room that are community focused?
Yes, we notice a lot when the sports are happening in the local school. You'll get big tables of the families coming in and bringing the kids in and everything like that. We don't have a area sectioned off that we could have events in, but anytime anybody's looking for a place to have things like that, we're always happy to talk about it and see if we can fit it in the schedule.
Accommodate it. Yeah. I just got done producing this year's holiday jingle with John Meredith and his music technology team up at Greenville High School, and the Spartan spirit is pretty well done up there.
Yes.
They're pretty serious about it. This is no diss on our hosts here at Catskill High. The cats rock too, so this is awesome. So, thoughts about the future? I mean, you and I go back a ways. We met a while ago when you had Hot Barn up on Maple Ave.
I had the small farm brewery that was up on Maple Avenue. Yeah. And again, COVID hit and closed it. Pretty much I could have 2 people in the place, so I had to put all my efforts towards the tasting lab.
Towards tasting lab,
future, keep the tasting lab going. We're on our 7th year now.
That's awesome.
Yes, and then we've purchased across the street the Masonic Lodge.
Yeah,
And
that's been vacant for a while.
they shut down maybe 3 years ago. They stopped having meetings.
Right, yeah.
They've joined in with the Wyndham chapter, from what I
Gotcha,
understand.
okay.
And I always told them, I said, when you guys are because I knew some of the members, and I said, when you get it, they had to get approval from their hierarchy
Right.
to sell the place. I said, when you're ready to sell, come to me. We'll do a little our discussion about it, and then everything worked out.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
So-
So, what do you envision across the street?
If I could do my dream or my daughter's dream, it'd
Yeah.
be a Mexican restaurant.
Oh, wow.
Unfortunately, staffing is very hard in a small town.
Yeah, it's a common need. Yeah.
But we are right now, our thought process is going more to what it originally was, which is a general store, and provide local meats by farmers. So I have chicken farmers, I have pig farmers, I have beef farmers, lamb farmers that all could bring their product in a freezer where you could come purchase their product
Yeah.
locally. And then in the fall time when people are produce is coming in, they could bring it in there and have sections in there. Craft people that are doing jams and jellies, make it more of a
Yeah.
like a
Like it used to be at the
Yeah.
turn of the last century.
Yes.
Yeah, yeah. That's interesting.
and also have a little walk-up counter where you can get, coffees and teas and small sandwiches and things
So
like that.
wasn't that before it was the Masonic Lodge? It was a general store at one point.
Correct. It was a
right?
general store, and above was a Masonic Lodge. It's always been
gotcha.
a Masonic Lodge
Okay,
since the day one. And our dream is to, I'm not sure when they did it, but they took the windows out and they put stone in
Right.
to cover up, to make it private. I've spoken to some glass people in Albany, and we'd like to bring it back to the way it was with the glass windows and the recessed door. I've got, from Don Teeter, I have some photos of the way it was
what it
back
was,
when
yeah.
there was no pavement. It was all dirt roads.
Right, exactly. Well,
So.
my family goes back to Greeneville. The Griffin side of my family came over, and their first farmstead, I think, was in 1740. And so they, we joke about the fact that Greene County isn't a small town; it's a large room.
Yeah.
And there are plenty of. Everybody that's from here is kind of related
Yes.
to everybody else, or at least knows the history of the family. But Greeneville was a really vibrant agricultural community in the 19th and early 20th centuries, and as was Carroll. And a lot of the local farmers would bring stuff in, but you see photos from the old era, and the streets. The reason they called it the pavement or the sidewalk is because it was either made out of wood or some sort of concrete, but the roads were dirt just to accommodate the fertilizer that was spread on the roads. Throughout all the things.
Yeah, so we were lucky because Don gave us a lot of photos of the building prior to us doing construction, so we tried to do as much as we could to keep it the way it was. And that's what I'd like, again, to do across the street. Bring that old hometown kind of feeling back to the place.
That sounds really marvelous.
And it's nice because some people have done other work in other buildings there, and there's some plans for other buildings to be worked on, and it'd be nice to bring the downtown main street of Greeneville back to life again.
Exactly. It's been, it has totally sort of moved to the outskirts. I can remember, as a kid, you had Bryant's grocery store way up towards, towards the county line, up, towards the Albany County line. But it was put there because that's the piece of property that the Bryant family owned. Okay, but the main street was a lot more different businesses and things like that, and that all changed in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and then later part of last century.
Yeah, like the tasting lab originally was Stevens,
Right.
which was a hardware feed kind of store like that.
Yeah.
So we've gotten pictures of that when it was Stevens, and actually one of his relatives have brought in some wooden baskets that they used to use in the store.
Wow.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Now, what did you keep and what did you trash when you were doing the renovation of the tasting lab?
So we basically took it down to the bare walls.
Okay.
The ceilings, unfortunately, the original ceilings were tongue and groove, and they were so damaged from other electrical wiring and stuff like that. They just destroyed it. So we had to put in a new ceiling in there. The floors.
Am I mistaken? You do have a metal ceiling in there. You pressed metal, or?
It's actually plastic.
Oh,
but it looks like metal.
looks like, because it looks really
Yeah.
apropos for
Yeah.
to the space.
I have a degree in fine arts, so I try to use that knowledge to like keep things to look original.
Yeah, that's
But we gutted the place down, kept the floors. Everybody loves the floors because they actually squeak. When they were a kid, they'd walk in, and the floors all squeaked, and they still do. But it's been a journey doing it all.
Aside from the staffing challenges that are continuous, anything that comes to mind that was a unique challenge that you faced that you had to get through?
It was just a big learning curve for being my daughter. Even today, we're still, we should have done this way, we should have done that way, but we did it ourselves. I would say the biggest challenge was just getting plumbing and electrical where it needed to be.
This is so. I'm very, very pleased to hear that we're promoting trades education in Greene County, because it's just such a need for it, and it's great living. You know, it is a great living, and people really, really need the plumbers and electricians and HVAC folks and all of that sort of stuff. It's good to see good young people going into the trades.
It is. It very much is. I mean, if they go away, then you're not going to have it.
You can't get anything done.
That's true.
That's it. But so some of the things that how do you find the business community, other business owners in Greenville?
They're all well. We all work together. Like Tommy's hot dog stand, he's my neighbor. Right. If he needs me to buy him something from a distributor, or I need to borrow something from him, we work hand in hand with each other.
That's fantastic.
It's good.
It seems to be a common theme across the county, is that the business community is really supportive of each other.
It is. Yeah. And Kelly's Pharmacy is right next door to us, and we both share the back parking lot. We both own portions of the back parking lot, and we maintain it together, and it's constantly working together. Type of thing.
I was talking with Chad Paliota from Storybrook Farm, which is the old stone tower in East Durham. He was our last guest, and he was saying, when you're starting to do a renovation or you're starting to do a business, plan as much as you possibly can, and then when you think you've overplanned, plan some more, and when you think you've got enough resources, just keep going, because stuff is just gonna come up.
And in the restaurant business, if you think this space is big enough, you need to double it, because it's never going to be big enough. You're never going to have enough refrigeration. You're never going to have enough freezer space. It's always something.
So you get to work with your daughter on a daily basis?
Every day, every single day I do.
How's that work out?
It's trying at times.
Yeah, well,
it's two different people.
Yeah.
But we do get along. We play well off of each other.
There you go.
She's the driving force in most of the creativity of the different meals and specials that we do. And then I do the resourcing and I do the helping of the prepping and cooking and stuff with her.
Yeah. We were talking with the folks from the Catskill Comedy Festival a couple of episodes ago, and they have a director of funny and a director of unfunny. Sounds like a similar dynamic.
It is similar like that, yes. Yes.
So if you could tell anybody anything about the tasting lab that sets it apart from everything else, what would you say?
From everything else, I'm sure they do it a little, but me and my daughter, when we talk about things, it's what makes food good is the love you put into it.
Absolutely.
If you don't have that, if you just have people that cook, or you just have people that whatever, if you don't put that love into it, they don't feel it, and they don't taste it, and that's what we're there for, is to bring that to people, the experience.
Have you worked with the Greene County Economic Development Corporation at all? Or
yes, they actually got me some of our startup money.
Oh, awesome.
When we did the tasting lab. It was the loan that turned into a grant.
Right.
I can't remember.
It was a micro enterprise loan. It wasn't branded multi-grant at the time that you had it.
I believe it is.
Is it? Yeah. Okay. Because that was money for legit. It's a reimbursement loan, basically.
Right.
Yeah.
And basically, it's a 50-50.
Right.
They'll do 50%, you do 50%.
Right. That's it.
And it was nice. I mean, it helped out a lot. It really did. It was a wonderful thing that we fell into our lap, I guess you could say.
Our new director over at the County of Economic Development, Tourism, and Planning, young guy, very dynamic, and has an uncanny ability to help small businesses find money, which is
That is very nice. And I mean, in the future when we're doing across the street, I'm sure I'll be in contact with him.
I'm sure.
Because it's hard. It's very hard. I mean, for someone to do something, whatever it is, in a small business environment, it's hard to do it by yourself.
It is. It is. And that's why we feel it's so important to have this, a structure of where people can go.
And also, they help us and we help them by providing jobs for a lot of the people in the area.
Yeah.
I mean, right now we're employing 15 people at the Tasting Lab.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. So, and out of the 15, probably close to 4 of them are high school kids, that are, cooks or dishwashers and stuff like that.
Yeah, learning the business from the ground up.
We have one of the boys, he went to Carroll Durham. He's graduated. He's going to the college in Schenectady for culinary.
Okay.
And we're helping support him do that.
Oh, that's fantastic.
And he still works for us too.
Well, there you go. Yeah. That's it. Trying to, you got to keep good talent when you can find it.
Yes, you do.
That's exactly it.
It's hard. That's my biggest challenge with the restaurant is finding talent and people that stay.
That's it. So if you have not been to the Tasting Lab, it is on State Route 81 in Greenville. You go up 32 and turn right if you're coming from the south, or come down Route 32 from Albany. You turn left at the light, in the only light in Greenville. And it is truly a unique experience. It is absolutely fantastic. So I would urge anybody who hasn't been there, make sure you get there. Anybody that hasn't been there in a while, get back there. It's just fantastic stuff. Tom, it's been great having this conversation with you. Thank you so much for coming in.
Yes, I appreciate it.
Is there any bit of advice that you'd like to give anybody looking to start a business in Greene County?
Just exhaust as many resources as you can find. Talk to everybody. If you're not doing a restaurant, still come into a restaurant and ask them for any advice that they have.
That's it.
Because it's all about a community and all about finding out where things are available and help is available.
Seems to be a common theme. That's it. Well, thanks again. That is another wrap on another episode of the Best Kept Secrets of Greene County, New York podcasts. We are very, very happy for the support of Mr. Hernandez and his excellent team. Garrett's running the cameras today at Catskill High School Media, and we're very, very fortunate to have this great production facility to be in. So until next time, we've got more Catskills to let out of the bag, but we do have places to go, things to do, and stories to tell.